looking at the camera, right?
No.
I was sitting in on a panel at Warren Wilson College, and there were just people from different sectors there, and one of the speakers was from the State Department of Energy named David Wallace. He's actually an Englishman, but he worked for the state of North Carolina. And he got up and gave this great talk on peak oil, which is just, the idea that, okay, well, the United States is basically, all the easy oil is gone. It's just gone. Now it costs too much to get it out of the ground here, so we're going other places to get out of the ground. But ultimately, the point is that everybody says that somewhere between now and 2030, we will have used up half of the world's supply of oil, which means there's still a lot of oil left. But there's also this increasing curve of use, so that it's just essentially predicting the end of oil. Period. No more oil. So. And then it kind of comes down to, well, it doesn't matter, and so he goes out through all these charts and stuff and saying, and they're just talking about it like it's, oh, wow, and this is what's happening. And then there are other people talking about, well, what are we going to do? There are these changes we could do, and maybe this and maybe that. And it was finally, by the time I got up, I said, well, it's become really clear to me that a lot of this talk about maybe this, maybe that is ridiculous. I mean, it's a fact. It doesn't matter if it happens today or tomorrow or 50 years from now. It's going to happen. It's a limited resource. So why are we acting like we should wait and see what happens? We know what's going to happen. It's going to run out. And then what? And I guess the thing that gets me is that we know everything today. We don't need to have big breakthroughs in science or technology or anything, because we know everything today that we need to know to take care of it, to deal with a problem. It's just having the will and the desire to do it, and having either, I've kind of given up on any kind of political governmental leadership. I really think it's got to be people like you and me, and just people who say, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to choose to do this. I'm not going to wait for somebody to tell me, because those guys are getting paid off. The people who really could make a big overnight change, or within the next couple of years change, they don't have the right kind of interest in making it happen. So we have to do it. And that's my feeling. So it's just being.
And we all have to start somewhere. I mean, we have to start.
Yeah.
We just. I think one of the problems is everybody thinks that it has to be this huge, monumentous change of direction, and it's no. We just have to incrementally start to think and act differently.
Yeah. And I think it's like we get kind of selective clientele because we do, but we tell people no. We're going to make this house as small as possible. We're going to incorporate everything into this that we can, that's available right now. And that means you might have to change your lifestyle a little bit. But this is what we do. So if you want somebody else who's going to make you feel good about what you're doing, but not really deliver, there are plenty of people who will do that. But anyway, I figure if we build a house that's going to be around, if we do it right, it'll be around a long time and be serving people a long time. But if we go out and build these McMansions that are just, energy hogs and, a complete waste, in 30 years, what are they going to do with those things? What are they going to do with them?
Municipalities dictate a lot of that.
Municipalities and covenants and church zoning and all that kind of stuff.
There's got to be so many square feet. You can't do this, and it almost precludes people from trying to do the right thing.
But there are, I think the LEEDS program. North Carolina has a Healthy Built Home program, that's similar to LEED. So those are all. You get more. There's one of the big things right at the top of the list is like the smaller it is, the more points you get. And I would love to. In 1960, American homes had an average of 400 square feet per person. They're now over 800 square feet per person.
Wow.
In China, it's 125.
Wow. Thank you very much, Tracy.
Yes, please. Okay, that's my harangue for the moment. We're going to eat.
Okay.